With me is the Moldovan Education Minister. So, welcome to WION. My first question to you is a simple question. Why will an Indian student choose Moldova for his education? Give me some reasons. What will you tell to an Indian student that why should he or she come to your country?
Well, first of all, thank you for taking the time and coming to Moldova. You're very welcome here. We are indeed looking to have more Indian students in the country, and what I believe we can provide is high quality education in some very specific areas in English, in good English, at a very competitive price. Also an opportunity to discover a very different culture, a European culture here, not very far away from the European Union, as well as potentially for someone who would like to stay, for some sectors, very interesting job opportunities as well. So I think you really get the whole package. It is also a very safe country, very welcoming. The Indian students which are here, they've been coming for several years, particularly to study medicine so far, but we are looking to expand into other areas, engineering, veterinary medicine, psychology, business is also something we are looking to do. So so far we had a very good experience, and I'm sure we can have many, many more.
One of the natural advantage Moldova has is English. How is it an advantage for many Indian students planning to study in your country?
Well, indeed, first of all, Moldovans do have a very good level of English as such. We teach it from almost kindergarten all the way up to university. Very good teachers here who speak excellent English. Of course, it is the global language, and it's been so for many years. So an English-based education is a great opportunity for any young people, any young person at the moment, really. So you can get that here in Moldova at a very good level.
You also talked about the cost effectiveness. Say, for example, an Indian student is planning to study in European Union, any country in European Union. What are the cost advantages in terms of studying in Moldova?
It depends, of course, on the course. For medicine, it's probably about 10 times less than it would be in an European Union country. As such, for others, is 3 to 4 times. For instance, to study, let's say, in Holland, IT for an international student would be about 15,000, 20,000 euros. In Moldova, you can get the same degree for 2,500, 3,000 euros, which I also believe is quite competitive even when it comes to Indian prices. So you're really getting a good deal here.
How many Indian students are currently in your country getting their education?
We have about 2,000 at the moment. Most of them have been coming to do medicine, but this is part of an effort to actually expand and also advertise the opportunity to study other specialties here in the country. And as I mentioned, we're really focusing also on software engineering, veterinary medicine, psychology, business, all areas where we think we can interest the Indian students, but we have a breadth of subjects we are looking to provide. And also we are working to expand more and more, increase the offer. We also have a lot of students coming in from Israel, for instance, but the Indian market is really one that we focus on at the moment.
Indian market is one that you are focusing on. How are you focusing on? I mean, are you planning to do some road shows? How do you plan to attract Indian students? And why Indian market? I mean, essentially overall.
It's a very young market. India is an extremely vibrant young culture. I understand there is a huge demand for higher education, which is to be met, and I think we can be part of that solution. So there is demand, which clearly makes it interesting for us. Yes, we will be going into India. I hope this summer we will have a delegation bringing our universities to meet Indian authorities, to also address issues of accreditation, for instance, for veterinary medicine, that is a specific requirement which we need to achieve, and also to show what we can provide to Indian students, basically.
In terms of recognition, are Moldovan degrees valid in India?
Yes, they are at the moment. The only one we need to go through a special accreditation procedure is the veterinary medicine. The medical degrees are recognized, and that's why we have been so successful in attracting medical students here for many years already. For all the others, there is no issues at all.
And your India Connect, anything you know about your India Connect, if you can talk about, our viewers will be keen to know, how do you see India as?
Well, I've been to India about 10 years ago. I've been there for a month and a half. I worked in a cancer hospital in Kolkata with a program run by Tata. I was absolutely impressed. Excellent, unbelievable energy. I feel it's a country with huge potential, a growing potential, extremely vibrant, young, and really a rising global power in my view. And of course, coming from a country of 2.6 million to a country of over 1 billion, you can just feel the amazing business opportunities which are there, amazing opportunities for growth, for any idea to really take root and expand and find an opportunity.
I believe that you know some Hindi songs as well. Maybe a few lines would be something that our viewers would like to hear from you.
Jimmy, acha acha. It's one of the lines you'll still hear sometimes if you go to discotheque for people who are around 40, 50 and who've been really watching Indian movies in the 90s. That was a really popular television show and movies here in that time. So my parents, for instance, would still use it. And I've heard it many times as well. So even my generation would know that.
Is it your ringtone something, or you hum it sometimes?
I think we still make fun sometimes of each other, and it's a call-up line sometimes we use.
But essentially, education aside, what is there for the world to see, especially for India, to see in your country, in your beautiful country, Moldova?
Well, one of the things we are doing very well is wine. We have a growing wine sector, very popular in Europe. We have been growing wine here for over 2,000 years. So anyone who is interested in that, have an amazing experience. A lot of small, very niche, exquisite wine producers. And generally speaking, everyone in Moldova makes wine. So my granddad would make like 3 tons of wine. In his heyday, homegrown, everyone knows how to do it. So it's really part of our culture and something we do really well. And people enjoy it, and we hope to export it more and more also to the Asian market. And as I understand, there is growing interest for that in India as well. India, China, definitely new markets for us to explore. And everyone who wants to find out more about it is welcome.
So you can study and have a lot of wine.
Yes.
On that note, thank you so much, sir. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
Thank you.